Alrighty, guys, 10 things I loved about Requiem. Holy shit, what a great game. Last time we talked about things I hated, and we dished on it a little bit. Today, we are going to be fully sucking off this game. Holy fucking shit. What an incredible masterpiece of a game. It was so much fun, and I cannot wait to tell you guys what I thought. The review will be up soon, but for now, 10 things I loved about Requiem. First up, Leon's arc and Grace's by extension. Wow, man. Holy shit, this was incredible. Leon's arc, continuing from the little brief changes they made from 4 Remake, it worked so beautifully here. It worked in tangent with the original games if you just want to ignore the remakes, but it worked also really well if you want to count them as part of the main story. Such a beautiful arc, seeing him refusing to give up. I really thought, oh my god, they're going to kill this man. He is going to die here. I was completely shocked, but in a good way that he lived. I was so happy. What a well done job for a character we have seen so much of throughout the series. I mean, outside of Chris, I believe we've seen Leon more than anyone else, man. Maybe, I think it's him, man. It's probably Chris, Leon, and Wesker who have the most screen time. Sorry, Jill. But hey, you're still my favorite. I love you even if Capcom don't. But yeah, man, it feels like they kept developing him. It didn't feel like, oh, we just gotta move him away. It's just fucking wonderful. It was so good and such a well done job. And Grace, I have seen nothing but praise for her character, even if people don't like where the story's going. That is a rare thing for a new character to, when they're newly introduced, to be liked. Even a character that's been pretty successful, like Ethan, is still a bit controversial. There's a group of the fan base that just does not like Ethan. Even if they enjoy his games, they don't love him. And even then, people love him. I see very few people putting him above the original lineup of protagonists. Grace, however, she fucking nailed it, man. She is so likable, and she feels different. She doesn't feel like a moron, where you're like, dude, get your shit together. But at the same time, yeah, she's going through it. She's not a badass. She's scared as shit. And it works so beautifully with the gameplay in first person, hearing her panting. You're sitting like, dude, quiet, quiet. You feel for her. You're freaking out for her. She's trembling at every little corner. She's stumbling, constantly dropping things. She's petrified. And in third person, holy fuck, man. Those running segments are so much more terrifying. Seeing her trip over every little thing. I'm sitting there like, dude, oh my god, I was having a heart attack, even though I'd already played the game before. I know the fucking sections. I know when I'm going to be in danger and when I'm not. And yet I'm sitting there at the edge of my seat going, wow, they really knocked it out. Now, I know there's some disagreements about Grace's story. I actually don't mind the concept, but I will agree the execution could have been slightly better. It wasn't as perfect as Leon's. But that being said, man, such a beautiful fucking story at the end of the day. It still really landed, for me at least. And seeing Leon, in the beginning, you think Grace is going to be protecting Emily throughout the game. Like we've seen in past games like Claire and Sherry and whatnot, Barry and Natalia and Rev 2. And then Emily's fucking dead. And it becomes Leon protecting Grace. And it's this kind of beautiful moment where, we see her going through this hell. And she's like mentally breaking down, physically breaking down. And Leon, who's literally dying, just giving everything to protect her. It's so good. That was fucking well done, man. That was so beautiful. And that's definitely going to be the first thing on this list of 10 things I loved. What else could it have been? Next up, the beautiful level design. There is not a dull area in this game. While certainly you can rank them from best to worst, man, it's so consistent. This might be one of the most consistent Resident Evils. Maybe the most consistent outside of, I don't know, man, the original, like, first game in its 2002 remake, or the remake of 4. Like, seriously, well, I don't think it tops the highs of necessarily every game that came before it. Even something like Remake 2, the RPD, while being incredible, the sewer section and the Umbrella Lab don't quite live up to it. I think this game is more consistent in that regard. Hell, it might be more consistent than the OG Resi 4, which had the island section. Doesn't quite hold up in comparison to the rest of the game. For me, this section doesn't have a dull moment. Obviously, how you feel about the action and the horror will, affect how you feel about each area. If you're not a fan of the action and you really want the Grace horror, then Raccoon City with Leon might kind of suck. But honestly, I love both, man. That's why I love this series so much, is that you get both throughout each game. There's no one or the other, and it's constantly adapting, constantly advancing. And it was incredible. Such a fun experience, and it was so cool, especially the highlight of the game, Grace's early section in that fucking hospital area. Wow, man. Dude, that was one of the best areas in the series. Oh my god, clearly riffing off the Spencer Mansion and the RPD, but dude, it was so good, man. Going through different areas, unlocking different doors. The fact that you can kind of do pretty much a fair bit of the game in that section, and however or whatever order you want. That's amazing. That is so cool to see. I love the fact that it wasn't like you were so tied that you have to do this, you have to do that. That definitely has hurt Village and 7 on replay playthroughs, and I think Requiem is going to be fine, at least in this early section. I think it'll be fine. It is so much fun, and walking around fighting each little mini boss. I was shocked that there was 3 mini bosses in Grace's area with the girl, Chunk, and the little butcher dude. Overjoyed, man. I kept thinking throughout the rest of the game, oh my god, am I going to turn a corner? Is there going to, like, even as Leon, like, am I going to turn a corner? And is there going to be another mini boss? Like, what am I going to have to do, man? It was incredible. Even if the game doesn't quite hold on to that level of tension throughout the rest of it, God, that first part is so pristine. Fucking beautiful. The zombies is our next number on the list, and more so, them scening bitches. I don't think I have ever been that intimidated in a Resident Evil game before by a basic enemy. Those things freak the fuck out of me, man. You see it through all my playthroughs. I'm just sitting there going like, no, no, this is not okay, man. I don't know why, but they are so creepy. Even though there's only like what, 2 of them? Oh my lord. I had a moment of satisfaction on my first playthrough. When I went through that section as Leon, I specifically went for that fucking one white-haired scener, cut that bitch's head off, and it was just a fist pumping, cheer your ass off day, man. It was incredible. They are so well designed, easily the best they've ever been before. They were so expertly handled, and just seeing all of them go about their days, flipping on the lights. I even found out there's a bit with a maid cleaning blood, and if you go on through the area and kill another zombie, if you come back, if you leave that maid alive, she will be there. She will be cleaning the blood stain. And actually, I found her do it on my found her doing it on my second playthrough as Grace in third person mode. I came across her cleaning the blood on the floor, and I was like, holy shit! And then she looked up at me and was like, ah, my hands. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not trying to make a mess, bro. I'm sorry. Dude, housekeeping is such a fucking nightmare. But seriously, man, they are incredible. They are so well designed. I adored them to death. Just can't say enough good things. My favorite in the series had been RPD 2 remake zombies. They were so incredibly designed, and the Ganados from 4 remake as well. These fuckers might take the top spot, man. They were so good and so much fun. And honestly, even counting the bosses, they're the most intimidating enemies in the game. I was genuinely horrified having to go up against them. Even when facing powerful monsters like the Lickers, I always felt they were like, there's the usual tropes you can use to get around them that we've learned throughout the series. With those zombies, I hope for the best, man. Be quiet. Stealth really felt like it was your choice, man. But dude, it's a necessity when you're just starting out. You really gotta fucking ration. Of course, once you get comfortable with that and you know how to avoid these guys on a secondary playthrough, you go through like the Doomslayer kicking ass, man. And those blood things definitely help to make you overpowered. But damn, that first playthrough, I didn't know how the blood system worked. I was just sitting there petrified. Holy fuck. Next up, the gorgeous sound design, the action themes, the music playing during the gunfights, and the RE2 motifs. This game, yeah, I think it's the best sound design in the series, man, outside of the classics. And even then, I'm playing through the game right now with the classic sound effects on, and I've got little happy vibes all around. I love the new action motif. It sounds so cool. I had read a comment where it was describing the music during Leon's gameplay, and it was like the theme is like a motif of Leon's like past traumas coming back on him. Like he's struggling to hold on to himself and keep all those memories at bay as he's pushing through, just trying to persevere. I'm like, holy fuck, that's so well said, so well designed. and just the little things, man. Not even just the music, just the little bits here and there, man. Like during Grace, when a zombie spots you, the little ding, it's wonderful. It keeps you on edge throughout the entire game, but it's not so prominent that it's noticeable and it breaks any immersion. It truly is the best of both worlds. Personally, I don't mind powerful music. I would rather have that than no music, but I can't deny, man. Cannot deny this game just knocked it out of the park. It really feels like a merger of the classic games with their huge use of music and the more minimalist style of RE7. Just so well done. And the credit music was once again beautiful. The credits were incredible. Next up, choosing your own style of run and gun, man. Wow, there's so many ways you can choose to play this game. It really makes the fact that there's no new game plus all the more devastating because you really can choose to just run and gun. You can do stealth kills, or you can choose to invest in the new blood tools, man. I'll tell you, my first playthrough, I did not understand the blood mechanics at all, so I hardly used them. I mostly stayed for stealth during the grace sections, and as Leon, I got really cocky and just started blasting the fuck out of everything. My secondary playthrough, man, I used it's kind of been the opposite. I used a shit ton of blood on the grace sections, and I pretty much dominated. I spent very little of that game in that part of the game in stealth mode. I just kind of dominated everything. I was mucking up everyone, kicking ass, taking names. I had like 7 of those injector things during the hospital section. Like I took out Chunk. I took out that butcher dude, and I am still going strong, just kicking ass, demolishing every zombie that I come across. Even though I only have a few bullets, like I never really had that. I think the most I had at one point was like 34 bullets. You know, I really didn't have too many. I wasn't crafting anything, like handgun ammo wise, and I barely had any health items. I didn't craft any of those. I just only picked up what I had, and yet I felt so overpowered. Ironically, it's the Leon sections. I went a little too trigger happy in the earlier parts, and now I'm kind of like low on ammo. I'm just kind of like, I'm just kind of building my resources up right now. But it's so cool that you have the decision making. Like I don't feel like there's one right way or wrong way. Like I did not use the blood mechanics hardly at all. My first playthrough, I didn't even know I could craft items until like with blood until about halfway throughout the game. Okay. I literally learned how to craft items, and then 20 minutes later, I was in Raccoon City as Leon, and I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess we're doing this now." And yet I don't feel like I'm lost too much in the first portion of the game. I never felt like it was a bad experience or anything like that. It's just a cool add-on. It greatly enhances the game if you use it, but you do not need it to enjoy the game. Same with stealth mode. You can choose to run and gun, or you can choose to just, even as Leon, just chill, man. Just take it easy. You can snipe people from a distance. You can use the silencer on your pistol to take out enemies if when they don't realize it. Stealth killing is 100% an option. And I gotta say, real quick, the hatchet I was not sold on at first. I was kind of missing the knife. I was like, "Where's my knife, bro?" I love 4 Remake. It's my favorite game, and like not just in the series, just in general, man. 4 Remake and the OG 4. And I'm like, dude, give me my knife. I wants to kick ass. I want to be parrying people. I gotta say, dude, I think I'm Team Hatchet now. Holy crap. It is. First of all, it's satisfying as fuck. I don't even mean the kills, I just mean sharpening that dude. That shit sounds wonderful. That is ASMR to my little pretty ears, man. Oh my lord. But that axe is so fucking cool, man. I just wish there's more you could do with it. And that's not a jab at the game. There's plenty. I'm just greedy. I want more. I want to spend more time with it. I hope it comes back. I freaking loved it. It was so good. The horror is our next fucking point, and I gotta stress this, man. The horror is here. There are some people complaining that Requiem is too scary, and I'm like, it's a horror game. You're lucky if it's scary. It's the same fucking thing where people complain 7 was too scary, and so they backpedaled on Village. I am so glad for Requiem. They ignored those people and said, "No, we're ramping the shit out of the horror again." I wish it was more scary. I love horror in games. It's a fucking horror series. Resident Evil is the most famous horror video game series of all time. Silent Hill right behind it. No offense to Silent Hill. They are the 2 most popular. You don't see well, I was gonna say you don't see Silent Hill running from it, but that's not necessarily true. For the most part, you don't see Silent Hill running from its horror roots. why are we trying to push away Resident Evil? Of course, you can have action in there. I love action in the series. It's wonderful. It's so much fun. But at the end of the day, this is a horror series. If it's scary, that's not a knock on the game. Hell, you can point out if there's too much action, that could be argued as a knock against the game. Seen RE6. But this one, oh my lord, I was scared as shit going through that first part of Grace. I was scared of the girl mini boss, or the boss, stalker, enemy. That fucking thing, that was horrifying. Oh my lord, every little thing. I was just walking throughout the game, man, and like, I really felt like every corner something was trying to kill me, because usually there was. It was so much fun. It was so terrifying. And even in Raccoon City as Leon, I would just be walking down like a warehouse. All enemies cleared out. There's nothing there. And then a creepy ass tune would start playing. And I'm like, the fuck is this shit, man? Like, what is the like ambiance trying to kill me? The horror is spectacular. It does take us more of a backseat in the third act of the game. I wish there was a little bit more there. But damn, man. Every segment with the girl was impeccable. There's an underground section. That is another highlight of the series for me. And I was kind of nervous would I enjoy it on a secondary playthrough. I'm playing it through right now, man. Holy crap. So much fun. Just, yes. Horror should be in Resident Evil. I don't know why that's controversial. To all those people complaining, oh, it's too scary. I'm sorry, bro. That sucks. Turn the difficulty down. Whatever you gotta do. I get it. It's not for everyone, but this is a horror series. It's like complaining about the Fast and Furious movies that there's too much cocaine. That's what that series is built on, man. It's fucking explosions and cocaine, okay? It's the shit Michael Bay lives on. It's not for me. That's totally cool. But if you're going to see those films, you know what you're signing up for, man. If you're going to see a Marvel film, you're going to see some fucking blue beam shooting the sky and some spectacle. And if you're coming to Resident Evil, there better be some survival, and this is the key part. Survival horror! For Christ's sake. Jesus, man. Fuck, I love this game. I'm so glad the horror is back. Next up, the details, man. Just the little things. The voice acting, the naturalistic delivery, the panting breathing. There are points where Leon is running and he sounds like he's having a heart attack, which, given how the rest of the game goes, he actually might have been. I kind of feel bad for making fun of him. But Grace's voice actress, oh my god. We gotta stop. We gotta talk about three people real quick. Grace, Leon, and yeah, we're gonna talk about Victor. Grace's voice actress is incredible. I know everybody's saying it. It's because she deserves it, man. Wow, she was just stunning. Such a believably tepid performance. She was trembling, and it did not feel too much. I was kind of nervous when seeing her character early on that she would get annoying as she's just freaking out at every little thing. But I actually felt really bad for her, within the first 10, 20 minutes. I was fully on her side. And I did not think, there was not a moment where I'm like, oh shit, I have to play as Grace again because I did not want to play as her. I loved playing as her the entire time. It was so much fun. Even though I am a bigger third person fan, dude, she fucking killed it. That actress was incredible. She does, as good as the video game design itself was and the story was, that actress really deserves so much credit for bringing her to life. And fucking Nick as Leon back for, was this like the third time? He was great at playing the young spunky cop in Remake 2. He fucking delivered on 4 Remake. But I gotta say, man, as good as he was in those first 2 games, they look like shit in comparison to his performance in Requiem. He delivered. I was shocked it was him. His voice, he did a great job of making it sound gruffer and older for Leon. Wow, he fucking nailed it, man. I'm so happy for him. He seems like a really good dude and a genuine fan of the series, and holy shit, it's great to have guys like him and Nicole Tompkins representing the series. They are fucking incredible, and he, as much as the actress who voices Grace deserves her flowers, we cannot leave out Nick. He is stunning in this game. Both of them are so incredible, and we're going to talk about the fuck is Victor Gideon on? Because I want that shit, man. That voice actor is just he's going ham in that studio. He's going crazy. I don't know what game he thought he was in. He's delivering this masterclass of subtlety and relaxation, and then just full on camp out of nowhere. And dude, it's kind of scratching all my little classic OG Resi itches, man. I am feeling those Canadian voice actors just going nuts in there, and I'm feeling it with him. I fucking love his attitude. I just wish he was in more of the game. Because whenever he pops up, he's just a blast. Just a blast to listen to, man. Like, even if you don't, particularly care for stories in video games, just listening to this man talk is just kind of entertaining in itself. one minute he's talking like, really kind of like down here, and then he's going like really like crazy and like over the. Oh my lord, I love this man so much. All the voice acting in the game is incredible. The zombies were so fucking freaky, dude. And it's those things that build the game. The little details, man. Hearing the girl moaning and mumbling, hearing the chains dragged across the floor, the little chains hanging from the walls in the underground sections. So you'll tap into them and she can hear you. The little shards of glass sprinkled throughout the liquor area at the end of the game. Stuff like, obviously there are larger pals, but there's little pieces I didn't even notice. I ended up stepping on his grace going, oh shit, and just kind of freaking out, man. The little details, they are what build your game. They are what matters. And this game knocked it out of the park. They made it look easy, but Lord, you know it's not easy. They put the work into it, and they killed it, man. Oh, and the blood physics. Oh my god. I did a short, okay, where I was just shooting one of those singing bitches, and I shot her like 19 times, okay? And I got a fresh splatter of blood that stayed on the whiteboard every time. Every time you pop off an enemy's head or just stab it or shank it, there's just a different. It's not the same spray of blood. It's so over the top. It feels like the most Evil Dead game we've ever had. And I know we've had Evil Dead games, man, but this just was fucking nuts. The gore is impeccable. The blood design is impeccable. It never gets to a point where it feels like they're covering up for something that's not there. It feels so good and it feels so much fun, and oh my lord, I just can't get enough of that. It's a good game when you can go through and see like dozens of bloodstains throughout every area, and each stain looks different. That's just impeccable. Next up, the effort into Leon and Grace's sections. And I'm talking about not the level design, but the individualism. The fact that you can switch at any point from first to third person. The fact that they have different inventory systems, with Grace's resembling something closer to RE2 Remake, and Leon's obviously being something that resembles RE4. The way the levels and the enemies are designed, tweaked to fit each individual game. Zombies work differently for Grace than they do Leon. And you can feel it when you go as Leon into Grace's sections, and you can just mow the fucking shit out of all of them down, and you can just tear them apart. The details for Grace's areas, not as many enemies, but making them individually more terrifying, giving them more details. Leon, you're a bit more overpowered, so yeah, they don't have as many details, but there's different combat areas designed. You walk into a room and you just know, I'm gonna get jumped here. It's so well done. Oh my lord. The fact that they put that much care into the design of the game. That way, if you love the more survival horror of 7 or 2 Remake, you get that with Grace. If you just want to run and gun, you get it as Leon. And if you want to play like classic Resident Evil, they've even got ink ribbons, so you can do that too. They put so much work into this game. I'm just stunned. I am really stunned. They did not have to do any of that. It was great that they just gave you the option in Village to do that, where they added in a third-person mode as Ethan. I wish they had done it for 7. I would have gladly played that game over again in third person. But, their efforts are not overlooked here. They put so much work in. I'm just stunned. I am absolutely stunned. That's the kind of thing, especially if you're going to be paying like $70 for the base game, you got to put the work in to make it worth it, and this game was worth it. Just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Alright, next up, this actually was on my other list of 10 things I hate in Requiem, and it's popping up here. The fan service. Mixed as it is, the ideas are glorious, dude. Going back to Raccoon City, the Raccoon City curse. I know not everyone loves seeing some of the older bosses again. I love the older games, man, so I'm fucking ecstatic to see Mr. X coming back, even though I was petrified having to get into a fucking boxing match with him again. I jumped straight into it. I was ready. In fact, during the first chase segment where he runs after you, I was so eager to fight him, I didn't even know it was a chase segment. I stood there and just fought him, man. I just stood there and fought him. I just went fully at it, and it didn't work well. I lost a lot of ammo and died, but I was just so eager, ready to get into the fight. I was like, yeah, man, let's bring it. I'm ready for you this time. Fighting Plant 43. Again, I know Planet bosses are split for everyone, but Plant 42 and 43, to me, are some of the creepiest monsters in the series. They're some of my favorites. I think even Plant 42 is one of my favorite bosses in the original. I think it was like my second or maybe even my first favorite. Like, I really, really love that boss fight. Not because it's inherently super well designed, I just enjoy it. It creeps the fuck out of me. Same with Plant 43 and Resi 2. For me, that area is the highlight outside of the RPD. It's so fucking disturbing. It's so creepy. I don't know why. It just icks me out, and I love it. And it was so much fun in Requiem to go underground and find this big ass plant. The spider boss, yeah, just kind of shows up. I wish there had been a longer section with it, just kind of stalking you as opposed to just a straight boss fight. But it was good, man. I still enjoyed it. I don't think it hurt the game or anything like that. It's undeniable. Yes, Xeno Wesker is disappointing, but I cannot deny when he first showed up, I was excited to see him, man. I really appreciated the RE2 themes throughout the game, like the motifs and the soundtrack. And just seeing Sherry back, man. Like, dude, I literally was jumping for joy when I realized Leon was talking to Sherry, man. I was so happy to see her. It was such a great way to fit her in and not feel shoehorned, man. Oh my god, I fucking loved it. And yes, I know he was there for 2 seconds and his death was kind of a letdown, but dude, we got Hunk, man. I love Hunk. I'm a huge Hunk fan, man. I was so happy to see him. The moment he walked out and he was like, I've got this, bro, I freaked out. I was like, no, 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 get me out of here, man. He's gonna kill me, bro. Oh my lord. Leon versus Hunk. That is fan service at its fucking maximum. And you know what? For me, it was at its finest. I had so much fun. The swan song to the series, and that is gonna be our last point. This game is kind of a send off to everything we've done in the past with Umbrella and Raccoon City. We have fully set up the connections as the new big bad guy. All that is left in the series is for them to, to deliver, to bring up the next chapter. I've got to say, man, even though I don't think any of us were expecting this to be like a send off for all, like, the entire series, maybe a nod to the original trilogy, but this really does feel like an ode to everything that's come before. And while, yeah, the fan service can be a little bit mixed, it felt so fucking wonderful. With the new chapter on the horizon, this felt respectful, and it left me feeling so good. I think it can be appreciated by old and new fans alike, even if not everything works like the Xeno reveal. At the end of the day, man, I smiled like a motherfucker when I picked up the rock and I shot Victor, and I smiled even broader when that fucker mutated once again into a fucking nemesis-like creature. Holy shit. I just had a great time. I had a smile on my face. I wanted to jump back into the game immediately, and that's pretty much what I did. I jumped straight back in, and I am on a second playthrough now, and I'm looking at doing an insanity mode. Now, if you don't know me, okay, I don't play on hard difficulties. I am not a good gamer. I have played every Resident Evil. Doesn't mean I'm good at them. I fucking suck. Very rarely do I play a game on anything above normal because I am terrible at it. For Remake, not only did I play it on professional mode, I've played it repeatedly on professional mode. It's the one of two games I've ever actually done a speed run for and got in the infinite cat years, which if you've seen my original playthrough of 4, you know that's remarkable because I was terrible, like really bad. This is not, oh, well, he showed promise and he got there eventually. No, this is someone who won in spite of it all because I fucking suck, man. This is not Rocky Balboa putting in the work. This is like Forrest Gump just getting his ass whooped repeatedly, man. Like, oh my god, this is Mr. Magoo fucking just going throughout the day trying to survive. Oh my lord. But yeah, dude, man, the series, this game made me so happy at the end of it, and 100% I am willing to jump in to insanity mode. I know it's gonna piss me off. I've seen the zombies and how quick they move. I'm scared as shit, but I haven't seen any more of insanity mode outside of that first little bit. So I am kind of petrified. I think I will be doing a recording of it, at least for, a first episode. We'll give it a go, man. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure I'll get pissed off, man. Like, the moment anything difficult happens, I freak out. See my Evil Within videos just to watch me having a heart attack at every fucking corner. I'm sure I'll get pissed and scream, and you all will have a good time with that. But up until then, wow. Just wow. Such a great game. Made me so happy. I cannot wait to play it again. And I will have more coming for you guys. I will be doing a review of Requiem coming up and a ranking of the Resident Evil series, the mainline games, including Code Veronica, Resi Zero, and the Outbreak files. as well as ranking the Stalker enemies and the Stalker enemies throughout the series and the bosses in this game. So if you want to see that, stick around for more. We've got a lot more coming for you. Yeah. In the meantime, subscribe for the paint job. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care.